late night heat, where secrets start, soft-spoken truths, and open hearts. Undress your mind, ignite that spark. This is your rebirth after dark.
Welcome to another spicy, unapologetic, and oh so real episode of Rebirth After Dark, where chemistry meets comedy and the truth always gets a little messy. Tonight, we're diving into a topic every couple faces, but nobody really talks about: passing gas in front of your significant other. Is it a sign of true intimacy or just straight up disrespect? When does Netflix and chill turn into Netflix and woo? We're keeping it grown and sexy and slightly stinky because love isn't always smooth jazz and candlelight. Sometimes it's silent but deadly. So pour a drink, light some incense, and get ready for the kind of conversation only Rebirth After Dark can deliver. I'm your host, Shay. And from what I understand, if you fart around your significant other, are you really in love? Or holding it in, does that mean you don't trust your partner yet? Let's get to the bottom of this. Tonight, I welcome Pebbles and Cecilia to Rebirth After Dark. Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Hi there.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, how are you doing tonight?
Doing so good.
Yeah, pretty good. The sun feels great.
That's good. That's good. So listen, what do you guys let's get right down to the conversation. What passing gas in front of your significant other? What is your views on that? Have you done it? What was the response from your partner when you did it? Is there ever a right time? I'll start with you, Cecilia. I'll start with you.
Hey guys, my name is Cecilia, newly married for about a year. So we're
Okay.
coming in with that kind of angle. And I think if you passing gas in front of your man, I think it depends on what stage you are in your relationship. If you're at the beginning stage, don't be farting in front of me. I don't want to see that. We're trying to keep it sexy. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to be sexy right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't be farting in front of me. Get out. But like as we've gotten into our 1 year of marriage, it's okay. Just give me a warning, because don't be doing that in my face, because then we're gonna have to fight. Don't be playing with me.
Okay. So are you comfortable with farting in front of him?
I am now. Like, he's had to remind me, like, we're married, like it's not a big deal. But I'm like, oh my God, like I have to go to, like, I go to the bathroom.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
I'm a lady.
Right.
Don't be farting in front of me. But then it's just like, you know what? Growing up, my grandma, she used to have like incense all over the place, like little Febreze. And I was like, why you need that? She's like, because if she blows, then she just spray and go.
Okay, grandma.
So heavy on. I think it just depends on where you are comfortably within your relationship and just communicating the toots. You know what I'm saying? The toots and boots.
The toots and boots. Okay, so it's been a year now.
Yes.
And a year you now comfortable with doing it.
So we've been together, let's say 4 years, and we've been married for a year. And
Okay.
our 5 years together, I am now comfortable tooting in front of him. No issues.
Okay. And he says nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what we eating. Okay, if I had chili that day, I'm be like, ayo, about to blow. But like, if I ate my little salad because I'm being sexy, you know what I'm saying, then we're good.
Wow. Okay. That's thank you for that.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for
Real
that.
personal here.
Real personal.
Rebirth After Dark.
Rebirth
Hello.
After Dark. We keeping it sexy, grown and sexy and real. So what about you, Pebbles?
I mean, you can call me P nasty, but I'm speaking from the vantage point of a single woman. So if you've been in my guts, you gonna get a little fart here and there. Like, I feel like if we're already being intimate, we're having sex, then a little fart here and there. I mean, it's a whole lot of booty. You know, when I'm moving, I'm not gonna get up and inconvenience myself and go to a room to pass gas. Like, and this is not to say that I'm gonna let it rip, we gonna be like homies, like passing gas back and forth. But like if we already doing the do, then a little gas here and there ain't hurt nobody. I personally feel like for me that's like a level of vulnerability, just being able to be around and just like lift my little cheek up.
Yo, literally, you're saying that, and all I see in my head is like that one scene in Scary Movie when like Ray's like, "Oh, I'm about to fart," and they just farting back and forth. Like that's all I see.
No, it's not about to be a farting war, but it's just like, why do I gotta inconvenience myself? Get up, move to another room to fart. No, I mean you've been exposed to my bodily fluids already, so a little fart ain't hurt nobody. Like, and I think for me, I would do that once we're intimate. Like I would feel more comfortable. But like if we're in the initial dating stages, I'm not gonna fart. And if I do, you probably wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't divulge that information.
It's gonna be silent and deadly.
Nah, not deadly. Not deadly. But there are times where I can't, as I'm getting older, I can't control what comes out my butt. I really wait.
Her butt real loose.
Wait. Not like that. Not saying I got a loose booty. But I'm saying
that will go.
No, I'm saying that sometimes when I jiggle, when my butt moves side to side, a little fart may come loose. You know what I mean? And I personally, I can't help it. I really can't. Okay. So I need a man that is okay with that.
Okay. So what? This is hilarious. Okay. So I have a question. Have either one of you ever farted during sex?
Yeah. We like to call them queefies over here.
Queefies?
It be talking.
What? Please explain.
Okay. So like y'all know how you be like, what was it? Like doggy style, and like your vaginal region is up in the air. Like I've noticed that like it's like pocketing air in there, so it's
right.
Talking and just like
right.
It's a lot.
See, that's your vagina. That's your vagina.
Okay, but like I'll be sneaking a toot in there. It's already loud.
She said she's sneaking a toot in there.
It's already happening. They don't know which one is which. So long as it's not stinky, we cool. Keep it going.
I cannot. Have you farted during sex?
I absolutely have farted during sex. Okay. No, okay.
P nasty in the building.
P nasty. I absolutely have farted during sex, and I had no shame. It was a silent fart, and I didn't say anything.
Silent but deadly.
I mean, it wasn't deadly. He didn't say anything. It didn't smell like nothing, so we just kept doing it.
Because he was in them cheeks. He was not about to say nothing to stop the vibes. He said, "I'm about to eat this up now." Toots and all.
I mean, is it a bad thing? Like if I fart, it doesn't smell like nothing, and I don't say anything, and he don't say anything. Is it?
I think it's to each his own.
Okay.
I have not. So I have my first marriage. I was married for 16 years. I never purposely farted in front of my husband. Never,
really?
Never.
When you say purposely, like you mean like you ate dinner and like you're not intentionally doing it, or like
I will literally hold it until I did. Now the only time if he's ever heard me fart, it was probably during sleep. Because at that point, like I'm sleeping, like your body just doing what it's doing. But I don't know. That's just been something that. But I find that men don't have a problem farting in front of females. Why is that? I mean, like early on, like they don't have a problem doing that. But for me, it's that. I think that's just a me thing. I don't know if I don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just never felt comfortable enough to do that. Just like sidebar. If I'm in the bathroom using the bathroom, I don't want you coming in the bathroom with me. Really? Like that's my private time. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So like literally growing up, and not to like throw my mom's business out there, but it was like literally if she was in the bathroom, I'm her kid, like I'd just be all up in her space. Moms be wanting bathroom time by themselves, the kids are going to be in there. Right. So like literally she's like, this is my bathroom, this is my bathroom time, I'm gonna be naked, whatever, I'm gonna look the way I want to, this is my body. So I literally grew up with that as like the visual. So like literally girl, sometimes I'll be on the toilet and my man talking to me with the door open. Like, we just be having full-blown conversations sometimes. So, and I think part of it too is I work in healthcare, so it's like I see it so much that it doesn't bother me. Maybe I'm like the outlier, just like out there in Never Land, and we're so comfortable with each other. But like, kind of like to what Jen said, where it's like we've been intimate, you in these cheeks, you about to see me in every which way corner, ain't nothing to hide, because it's like, baby, you got something to say, I can't be talking through the door because you're gonna piss me off because I can't hear nothing. I got little ears, I can't hear what you saying. Open the door, please.
Look.
So you're comfortable with that. That's not a problem. Like, you're in there taking a whole dunk and your door is open and your man is...
So my man gonna be mad, so just don't tag him in this. So like, he got a bad habit of like, he be thinking he's home by himself, and then I'll be off and I'll just pop in the house and then the door's open. So then just to mess with him, I just be having a full-blown conversation. So yeah, it's cool with me.
Okay. What about you?
So I have a very similar experience growing up in a Caribbean household. My mom wouldn't hold her farts in. Like, of course she wouldn't like let it loose. I mean, but it wasn't nothing to the point where like she's like going back and forth trading farts with my dad. It was like, all right, she got a big old booty. She let one rip, and it just, so I grew up seeing that as like a normal, just like common, body response. And of course, we're not doing it to be like blatantly disrespectful or like a competition against your man. So for me, it was just like very normalized doing that. And I don't know, I personally, you guys may feel differently, but I wouldn't feel comfortable pooping around my man. Like, I would want the door closed. I mean, peeing, yes, but pooping, yeah. Sometimes it get a little foul in there, and I don't want you. Okay, that's a different level of vulnerability. So personally, yeah, when I'm taking a douche, you got to go.
Yeah, for me, it's the same. Well, obviously, if I'm not farting in front of you, I'm definitely not taking a dunk in front of you. So but again, I don't think it's a wrong or right way. I just think it's your level of comfortability as well as how you were raised and how you were brought up. You know what I'm saying? So it's normalized for the both of you. For me, it's I'm in the I've been brought up in the, that's not ladylike, or that's not acceptable, or stuff like that. So I would literally hold it in, and trust me, there's been some times where I'm just like,
that's a lot. Like, I can't even imagine, like, or are you at least like excusing yourself and like going to the bathroom, or are you just like holding it for dear life?
No, if there's a way that I can excuse myself, then I'll go. Or just like we had some I made some beans, fiber and all that stuff, so it's automatically going to give you gas. And my husband now, he says, he don't have a problem farting in front of me. And he be telling me, girl, let it loose. That could kill you. Like, you need to let the gas loose or whatever.
He loves you.
Yeah, he's like, just let it loose. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm holding on to it. But if I know that my body is probably going to release this while I'm asleep, I tell him, I was like, you might want to sleep on the couch tonight. I'm like, because I'm not responsible for what's going to happen when I'm asleep. And he be like, what? I ain't worried about that. I'm like, no, you need to sleep on the couch.
Can I add a pro tip? So like, recently my husband and I, we just got back from a cruise, and like we have he found some like fiber gummies online. So like, now anytime I eat, I take like 2 to 4 of them and like clear out the guts. Yeah. And then that way, like, if I do fart, it doesn't sting, so I don't gotta think about it too much. So like, pro tip, just like fiber. Add fiber to your diet. And then the farts don't sting, so then nobody knows. Kind of like Jen. Just let them be silent.
Let them be. Yeah. So those of you that you guys didn't get a chance to see or hear the caller that called in earlier, that Cecilia is referring to, that was talking about the how her experience with gas and how she feels comfortable. But yeah, so what about you, Pebbles? Like, what's you said taking a dunk is too much.
Yeah.
That's your limit. Okay. All right. Now, what about with men? Are you okay going into the bathroom with your man taking a dunk? I know you said you are because you had that. But what about you?
I want to say in my mind, no, because poop is foul. Okay, it stink, right? But knowing how clingy I am with my own mom, she could be in the bathroom taking a deuce, peeing. Like I'm in there, I'm having conversations with her, right? So in my mind, yeah, even now, even now, I have no shame.
I can't act like I don't do that too. I still do that too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So in my mind, I would say no, but just how clingy I am with my mom, it could be a possibility that I would do that with my man. It could be. It could be.
I think you probably would be. I do. I think if you already farting in front of your men, then I think that's going to that probably be a easy transition for you eventually. Yeah.
It's interesting because I recall a guy that I was dating one time, and we were hanging out in the hotel room, and he just like lifted up his cheek and he let it rip. When I tell you, it was like loud and it stank. And so jokingly, I lift up my cheek. He said, and he like literally, he like slapped my cheek. He said, "No, you will not." I said, but I mean, jokingly, I wouldn't do it actually, but he was like, "No, you're a girl. Yeah." When I tell you he shamed me, he said, "Absolutely not. Not on my watch."
Can I add, he is no longer with us, so he wasn't the one. Because baby, what you not about to do is some grimy shit like that. No, you're not about to light it up and then stop me from lighting mine up too. Okay? Don't be playing with me.
It's a double standard. But see, so last Saturday, well, depending on when this airs, I had the Rebirth meetup. And that was a conversation that we had during the fireside chat. And one of the gentlemen that was talking, he said he absolutely, that is a deal breaker for him. He does not want his woman farting in front of him, nor does he fart in front of her. So, what do you think that's about? Do you think that's
I think that's a hygiene level, and like kind of to your case where you're like not comfortable doing it. I think there's always somebody out there that'll match that. Like I'm of the volition of like what you're asking isn't a lot. It's just a lot for whoever you're asking it of, and not for somebody else. You know what I mean? So it's like for him to be like, "Don't be farting in front of me." If he said that to me, you're not the one. You got go. But if he said that to somebody like you, where you're already comfortable not doing it, then you would be the one. Like you know what I mean? So it's like letting that be known up front. Let me know that at the first date, because you gonna have to go. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's good. And it goes back to, like I said earlier, it depends on the person. Everybody, but why? Like, why is it? Trust me. I wish I could be comfortable doing it. I do. And the crazy thing is, my husband's like, "No, you're good. Like, please let it out. You know, my stomach could be sitting there bloated, and I'm holding on to dear life, right?" But, and here's the other part. Even if I do excuse myself and I go to the bathroom, I turn on the water, the shower, to let it run so you can't hear it.
At this point in time, I think I need to gift you with some ambiance noise so we can have in the bathroom, because I think that's a lot easier than turning everything on.
Ambiance noise?
Yeah, you know how they got the white noise machines?
Yeah.
Just be putting that on before you go in the bathroom. She is in the bathroom having a zen moment. This is zen. No foul things are going on.
That's a good idea, though. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. But what? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I do it once, I'll be okay with doing it. Because I feel at some point I'm getting older. My body ain't like, it's not built to hold things in anymore. You know.
You could always put like, a dryer sheet on your pants, and then it'll just come out real, like, smell real good if that's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Carry a little spray,
little spray.
Yeah, no shame.
What they got? What's that little thing that they put in the toilet? Yeah, I had one of them because it'll nuke whatever comes out the boot. Okay.
I mean, that could be an option. I mean, I think I remember you talking about this gentleman from that fire chat about how he expressed that in the previous relationship, the person he was with didn't fart at all. So that was his expectation coming into his next relationship. So I also think that not only do what you maybe what you've experienced growing up, the norm, but also what you experience in your relationships as well. Because in certain relationships, that is the norm. I don't fart in front of you, you don't fart in front of me. Other relationships, we going tit for tat. You farting and passing gas, so am I. Okay. So I think that it also part of that response depends on what you were exposed to and the norm in that previous relationship as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess how do you establish what's the norm when you're going into a new relationship? Like, do you just blatantly just ask the question? Like,
I'm gonna
are
let
you-
one rip and see where we go. No, but for real though, like I think it just depends at the stage of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like some people are very upfront and very like transparent, like, hey, X, Y, and Z, these are my expectations. Other people's like the expectations kind of like Jen said, it's just like they're quiet like Pebble said, sorry, I keep thinking about our previous caller and it's just like she had such good input. But it's like how Pebble said, like, you know,
the expectations.
yeah. What the silent expectations are.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And I think I don't know. I just find it that it's easier for men because it seems like they set the tone of that. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen or experienced or have talked to any females yet. I don't know if I asked you this question, Pebbles, but who was the first to fart in your relationships? Because I think it's always the men. They set the tone of that. And I'll be like, are you serious? Like, I get annoyed. I'll be like, are you serious? Like, and they be like, what? It's, you know, I'm like, okay, bro. Like, okay.
Damn, I feel trifling because I'll be the one that be setting.
Are you the one that said
yeah, I gotta let it rip. I'm listen, just like Pebble said, if you in these cheeks, it's over. You done met me in my most intimate region. Oh, everything else after that. Listen, as soon as you enter these cheeks, I need to know your finances and I need to let the gas out. Okay, they 2 and 2. What is that credit score? You in this punani? The punani? Let me know.
I cannot. Go ahead, Pebble.
Look, I feel like part of it could be social constructs. Like oftentimes there is this image and there is the set of expectations that are associated with men, and then there's this expectation and image that is associated with women. And oftentimes passing gas, that's considered to be a masculine thing.
Right.
It is attributed to men, right? And oftentimes women passing gas, and I've heard this sentiment before, that's not women like, that's not dainty like growing up I've heard messages of women, we're supposed to be dainty, we're supposed to be really feminine, super girly, and passing gas, it doesn't align with that image.
That's true. That is true. So how do you feel about what Pebbles just said?
I think Pebbles is definitely onto something because reflecting back when I was dating, like at least my husband, I tried to be really dainty and sexy, but like I would still let them rip if I knew if I knew they were not gonna be stinky. Like, but
how do you know that they're not gonna be stinky?
Because I know how I'd be eating. So like when I met my now husband, I was like vegan, so like my farts did not stink.
Okay.
But the moment we reintroduced meat, I was like, excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he would hold me down. He's like, no, you're not going nowhere. So like that was like, oh, he the one. You know what I mean? It wasn't the fact that we had good communication. It's the fact that he let me fart. Okay? Sorry, y'all. I'm so silly.
So we're looking at the wrong thing. We shouldn't be looking at good communication. We need to be looking at the comfortability.
Can you tolerate these farts?
Can you stink and think?
Come on. Speak on it, sister. Say it again.
Stinking thing.
I feel like that's, for me, I feel like it's a level of vulnerability just to be able to like be around your partner and be able to pass gas. Because realistically, as you age, right, your body changes. You go through, changes in your health and amongst other things, right? And there are times where like you really can't control your farts. Like, I mean, it sounds really silly, but seriously, like for someone who may have, issues with their gut or their lining, like sometimes I can't help that shit.
Yeah, because even if you're talking to somebody with like irritable bowel syndrome, it's gonna happen. If you're dating somebody who has a colostomy bag, they can't control that. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many layers to it. So it's like being upfront with it, be transparent, and be like, hey, listen, like this is what's going on, this is the situation, and call it a day. Because transparency makes life easy. Don't nobody got time to be hiding my farts. I can't with the bubble guts. I can't. I cannot.
So now my question is, have you ever thought that it was just a fart and it turned out to be more than a fart?
Pebbles, I'm gonna let you take this one.
I mean,
so thankfully, this wasn't around a man, because if it was, I would be so shamed. So I was in the hospital at the time, right? And I let it rip, thinking that it was gonna be a little, light little, that shit literally stank. And then I realized that I actually shat on myself. And I was so embarrassed. So thankfully that didn't ever happen. Like when I was dating, I would have made up an excuse. My mom, my sister need me. It's an emergency. And I would be clutching my cheeks. Yeah. Thankfully that hasn't happened.
Oh my God. What about you, Cecilia?
Child.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so like at the time I was still living with my parents, so we were still young. We're still learning our bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was literally right around the corner from the house. I was like, all right, let me let this out real quick.
Oh
no. It was like I was like, oh no, my bad. Hold it. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was just like a little street. But I was like, oh no. I was so sad. I was so ashamed of myself at that moment. At that moment in time. Mind you, I'm like early 20s. Ain't no reason for my booty to be letting loose like this. But I was by myself, so it was okay. I was supposed to die with that, but I let y'all know.
I was you know what that's giving? That clip off of White Chicks. Move, bitch.
The quiche was too much. How else do you make quiche with cheese? Duh. What?
Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious.
Bitch.
Wow.
I do have a question though. Okay. So I know you mentioned that you don't personally pass gas around your partner, right? Do you feel differently about just men in general that do that? Does that change your perception of them?
It irritates me. Yes, it does. Especially when you purposely, like, you wait until I get close to you and then you want to do it and you think it's funny and you laugh. Like, it ain't funny.
But almost like with you saying that, if they know that you don't like it, it almost like questions the maturity level. And if like they're doing it intentionally to make you mad, like, what's up with you?
Right.
Like, this is like, I don't like this. Why would you do that on purpose? Like,
right.
It's one thing if it just comes out fair, fine. But like to intentionally do it, knowing that your boundaries are like, I don't like this, then that's a totally different conversation that we're having. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, where to respect that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, it's on a spectrum. It just depends on where you are.
And then it's like, well, do you compromise their comfort? They're comfortable in doing it and it's natural to them. But it's not natural to me. Like, I don't think it's a wrong or right. It's just like, I can see if it's an accident, but if the bathroom's right there and like that bothers me or irritates me, and now you being smart, right? Then that's a, you know what I'm saying? Then I get mad about it. But if it's just like, you're like, oh, my bad, babe, or whatever,
then it's different. Because it's like with a relationship, it's the little things. The little things matter so much. And it's like, if that, like for you, for instance, if it's really important to communicate that and like to at least somewhat respect it, like I think it's just touch and go of just like, hey, like, be a little respectful with it. These are your boundaries.
Right. Yeah, I get you.
So that makes me wonder, Shay. So prior, let's say you were a single woman prior to marriage, prior to meeting your partner, right? Let's say you were dating a guy who just all willy-nilly passing gas. That was the norm in his previous relationship. Would that be a deal breaker for you?
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Let's say that prior to you being married, you are a single woman, right? and you come across a guy who lets it rip, that was the norm in his previous relationship, would that be a deal breaker for you?
It's not a deal breaker for me. It's not. It does irritate me at times. But it's not a deal breaker. I think timing is important. So I'll put it that way. I think time is important. Um don't do it when we get ready to have sex. That you guys, you great kill the whole vibe. It's a vibe killer. And I think, of course that's the name of the show. But anytime where there's intimacy, where we're trying to get the moment going, that's just not the time. I would get irritated with that. If it's a slip up, if it's an accident or whatever, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just something that I'm not comfortable with doing, but I don't judge others that do it. I will say that. You know.
So it's given there's etiquette to passing gas. You know what? Etiquette 101. So, I mean, that makes me curious. So, what would you say, Cecilia, is like some of the etiquette to passing gas around your man?
I need to know. Do it.
You said don't do it?
Listen, let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
This is the thing. Don't do it on the first date.
Okay.
Okay. We shouldn't be doing that in public. Like, be mindful. If you're doing that in public and just being nasty, ew, go to the bathroom. Okay. But like, if we're at home, we're being intimate. This is our safe space. We're at home. It's our safe space. To me, that's okay. But like, I think time and place, and just like Shay said, timing matters.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Don't be letting it rip, and you trying to get in these cheeks, because then we're done.
Because the vibe is killed,
the vibe
right?
is gone. The vibe's gone.
Vibe killer. Yeah. And so when you say in public, like, what about if you had company, if you had friends over at your house, because your home, is that still okay for him to just let it go? Or it's like,
I'm gonna converse with him afterwards and be like, you need to go to the bathroom. But he hasn't done that. So it's like, my partner is very like introverted, very shy in front of people. So I don't think he would ever do that. So I don't have to have that conversation with him. Versus other guys in the past, I probably would have.
Right.
And then it's just like, sir, this is embarrassing. What are you doing? Don't embarrass me.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Yes, to all the things that you guys say, but it also makes me think of like family gatherings. So some of my family members who shall remain nameless, a little trifling, and they be passing gas like it's a competition. So
we're gonna talk about that later, because I need to know.
In like a family gathering, like, yeah, I'm nameless. But so let's say like you are at like a Thanksgiving, you're doing Thanksgiving, I should say, you're around his side of the family, and they're just trading gas like insults. Oh, wow. Then what?
Oh wow. Yeah. That would be a problem for me. That would be probably the last time I'll be at that type of event.
Period.
But yeah, that would be. And then once we got in the car on the way home, I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, that's what we doing?" It would be. I'll put it this way. And I'm learning this about myself even more. It doesn't take much to turn me off. Like I don't know if it's where the age that I'm at, where I feel like you shouldn't be doing like it. It don't take much to turn me off. So something like that will completely turn me off, and I know that you know better.
But then it comes back to maturity level, because it's like, if that's turning you off, because it's like, you're grown. You're a grown woman at this point in time in life.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Save that for the little 15-year-old knuckleheads. Them little girls, they can tolerate that. I would never. What? At the party? Don't be embarrassing me. Sir, I'm going to just walk out and call an Uber. I got to go. This is too much.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I'm going to let y'all do. Yeah, I'm going to let my boo do his thing, but I'm going to just go to a different room.
Okay.
For me personally, and maybe it's because I've witnessed that, I don't see that as embarrassing personally for me. Like trading farts and stuff, as long as it's not near the food, like you guys outside, you know what I mean? But like personally, I don't see a problem with it, as long as it's not something that like extends to like we're outdoors and we're at a bar and now you trading farts with your fraternity brothers. Now that's something else.
I think so. Here's the thing. If you're just sitting there parting on purpose, I have a problem with that. But if it's like you literally couldn't hold it and oh shoot, excuse me, I'm so sorry, whatever. But if you sitting there like, and you do like, that's the problem.
Because if you're doing it intentionally, you had time to go to the bathroom.
Right. That's what. Right. That's how I feel. Like you purposely just gonna sit here and do it. Like you out here just being a little nasty. But no, you're good with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think to your point, I think that there is a time and a place for certain. I mean, it sounds odd to say, but I think there's a bit of etiquette, like around family, okay, being inside the house, right? But if we're like at a formal event or a gala event where we need to be top notch, pristine, we need to be on our P's and Q's. Yeah, this is not the time to be like ripping gas like it's a competition. You know,
girl, you out here messing with your promotion and your socialization and the things you gotta do to make business happen. Because you can't control your bowels, sir. You gotta stay home. You're gonna stay home. It's gonna be the last time you embarrass me.
It's given uncouth.
So, to wrap up, what would be the advice in regards to if someone, for audience members are listening, is it okay to fart in front of your partner? Is there special timing? If neither one of you have children, correct? So if you were raising your son and daughter, what would you tell them about this matter? In regards to, is it like, what would you talk to them about regarding this?
Honestly, raising them, I would definitely be like, start off with going to the bathroom. And then after that, once you're comfortable, do what you're comfortable doing with each other. But don't do that in public. And keep it gangsta. Because there's certain countries, like, I think some of them in Africa that I researched, they will throw you in jail. You farting out in public. So like, don't even make it a habit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. What about you?
That is a really good question. So I would say if you can, go to the bathroom, but I also don't want to shame, passing gas, because sometimes you really can't help it, and the norm, kind of teaching the norm not to be like farting to be like a competition or a game. So kind of teaching a bit of etiquette that comes around with it, because I feel like in some sense, like the undertone is that there's some shame, a bit of shame in women passing gas. Like there's some negativity associated with that. And so I think part of my hopes in raising a young boy or young girl is teaching them that it is a natural, bodily response. And so, but again, there's timing to that, and there's a way to pass gas respectfully.
No, I like that, because it's like, we don't want to have our children growing up with shame unnecessarily for things that they can't control. But we do want to give them healthy like borders and boundaries, like, hey, this is where you need to go for X, Y, and Z task,
Yeah. I like that. That's a really good answer. So I guess I have to, what would be your advice for me, for from both of you, Cecilia and Pebbles? How do I manage my insecurities about passing gas in front of my husband?
I would say find the source where it started. Like, where did that come from? Did it come from being raised? And then what feelings are you associating with said passing gas? And then start with baby steps. If you do desire to pass gas in front of your husband, like, just start small with just like letting it loose by yourself in the house when you're by yourself. And then it's like, okay, like knowing what you can and cannot eat to let it loose, and add fiber to your diet so it don't stink.
Wow. Yes, to what Cece said. I would also add to that, I mean, kind of doing a little bit of, I think Cece alluded to this, but doing a little bit of a groundwork to kind of uncover, like, again, why is there such a reservation for you to pass gas around said partner, and then doing a little bit of exposure therapy, trial by fire, lift up a chica one time, let it loose, see how you feel, I mean, see if there's any fears associated with that, but yeah, I would kind of, do a little bit of deeper digging about, like, why is that such a reservation, what are the beliefs around, like, farting around said partner, and take it that way. And if farting in front of your partner is what you want to do a little exposure therapy. Try little beans one day, then try salad the next. I mean, because there will be times where you have to let it loose and it stinks, and you can't control it.
I know we're wrapping up, but to touch on it stinking, listen, my husband was not prepared, but it's okay. He survived. He's still alive today. He will survive, ladies and gents. He will survive. His eyebrows may or may not be there, but he will live to tell another day, okay?
Well, I definitely appreciate your feedback, and I'm sure our audience appreciate the transparency of this conversation and the takeaways, right? I think to wrap up, I think etiquette is important. A little bit of what you guys are saying, but also a little bit of what I'm saying will create a good balance. I know it's not healthy to probably keep it in like I do when that happens, but I do. That is something that I don't want to say that I want to work on, but I guess I do in a sense. I want to feel a little bit more comfortable with, just because it is human. It is part being, it's part of nature. It's part of being human. And if you're around someone for that period of time, sometimes you know, it's not going to be good. To just sit there and hold it in and making yourself feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. But I think that you have to be very it's important to know the timing. For me, to know the timing. I might get there where I just lift up a little cheek and toot. I ain't there yet. I'm not there yet. And I know even if it was to slip out, I would probably be embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my God, I start laughing, but I'll be embarrassed because I've never done it in front of, unless I was asleep, and even if he was to tell me, yeah, you was lighting it up last night, I'd be like, oh my God, was I? No, I wasn't. I would go back and forth. No, I wasn't. I don't do that. But I'm asleep. And obviously, when you sleep, whatever happens, happens. So I appreciate. Go ahead.
It's funny. Like, as you're saying that, in my head, I'm just hearing denial. Like, it almost is like, you know what? We about to start what they call it, like an AA meeting for farts. We about to start that. The first search and recovery is acknowledging.
Exactly. Acknowledging. I need to go to a 12-step program for passing gas. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. All right, ladies. Is there any last minute comments either one of you have?
Thanks for having us on here.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
I think this was totally fun.
What about you, Pebbles?
Hearing your opinions, I think it's opened my eyes a little bit more, put a little bit more coof to my behind. I'm still gonna fart. Don't get it twisted, but I'm just gonna be a little bit more mindful. Again, not saying that I let it rip, but I'm just gonna lift up the cheek and let it loose.
Real talk though, I really appreciate the fact that you said, like, the moment we're intimate, like, it's okay to release it, because it's like, I was like, oh my God, we're still just dating. Like, we had sex, but like I didn't let it loose. But it's so true. Like, this is my intimate region you are a part of that you desire, and I desire to let my toots out. So we got to find a compromise. But I really like that.
You know what? Take away from this podcast: be unapologetic in your farts.
Period.
Okay, that's my biggest piece of advice.
Be authentically tootie.
Okay,
tutti fruity.
Let it rip.
Tutti fruity. My booty.
What a way to wrap up a show. Thank you, ladies, so much. And that's how we wrap up another wild, honest, and slightly gassy conversation here on Rebirth After Dark, where no topic is too taboo and every laugh brings us closer to the truth. Whether you're in Hold It, in Type, or Let It Fly, lover, tonight reminded us that real intimacy isn't just about the sexy moments. It's about being comfortable enough to be your full, natural self. So the next time love starts to bubble up, just remember it's all a part of the chemistry. I'm your host, Shay, and this has been Rebirth After Dark, where we keep it grown, sexy, and a little unfiltered. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time for another late night conversation that hits all the right spots. Have a blessed evening.
The secret star, soft-spoken truths, and open hearts. Undress your mind, ignite that spark. This is your rebirth after dark.